You guys have been asking for it, man. And finally, I have delivered. Courtesy of ProWrestlingTees.com, you can now own the official WWE Off the Script t-shirt. And to get yours today, all you got to do is simply go to www.ProWrestlingTees.com/offthescript, and you now can represent the number one fucking source for all WWE right here on YouTube.com. www.ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off the Script. And remember, hashtag fuck those other guys, man. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is WWE Off the Script. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I do that, man. Seriously. This is Off the Script, number 82, part number 1, to start your weekends off the right fucking way, man. Like I always say each and every weekend I come on here. This is the number one fucking source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE, man. What an episode. What an episode we got for you guys today, man, for part 1. People have been wanting it. People have been asking for it. People have been wanting and waiting and wishing for the Hardy Boys to come back to the WWE. We all may get our wish by the end of 2015, man. Huge fucking news on Matt and Jeff Hardy making their potential WWE return, man. You're not going to want to miss this episode today. If you're not following JD all over social media, man, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook, with Twitter and Twitch being the most two important right there, man. Follow me all over social media. Keep up to date on my live streams and what I do right here on YouTube.com. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for, man. Seriously. I don't know what you're waiting for, man. F5 that subscribe button and take that bitch to Suplex City, man. You won't regret it. Now, let's get on with the news, guys. I know everyone wants to hear what I got to say, and we're going to talk about it right now, man. When WWE teases things for their fans, it makes you wonder where they're going with it. We all know that WWE.com workers sometimes just do stuff to appeal to the internet crowd, but it is not always something that we look into, man. Everything that's on WWE.com, take it with a grain of salt, man, because 99% of the time, they are playing up a storyline or adding to the continuation of a storyline that we will see on WWE TV. However, there are times where it can be seen as something very, very interesting. Recently, WWE asked fans about who they want to see back in WWE. Choices like Kurt Angle, Batista were among the names, but the one man who was ahead of them all by 1 point over 20,000 votes was the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. His brother Matt Hardy was also on the list with his fair share of votes. So what makes this an interesting thing at the end of the day is Jeff Hardy's TNA deal expires in 2016. Matt Hardy also left a little tease on Twitter for WWE fans during WWE Raw this week when the Dudley Boyz and Edge and Christian had a segment together. Matt also shot out a video of their beloved Triangle TLC match with all 6 men involved. Edge and Christian spoke about them on the Stone Cold podcast later on that evening in the night, as well with Jeff Hardy prominently featured in the videos of their TLC encounters. While Jeff's deal does expire next year, it is thought that Matt's deal is on a per-date basis. So if Jeff Hardy were to leave, Matt would certainly follow. WWE has expressed interest in bringing Jeff back in the past, even when he has made mistakes relating to drug issues. Meanwhile, Matt kind of got himself fired years ago, which he has been apologetic ever since. It is also thought that due to TNA having issues with their American television deal, they might have trouble continuing, which would let both Hardys out of their contracts with TNA. It is also a thought that TNA might let some big stars out of their contracts to save money and simply bring them in on a per-date basis. So if that is the case, Jeff Hardy could easily be back in the WWE by the end of the year or even before that. As of now, however, the only time he would be able is most likely after WrestleMania 32. It is also stated simply as a rumor that both are said to be coming back at this year's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view in December. While that is only a rumor, and I stress that word very highly, it is only a rumor as of now. It would make total sense at the end of the day, seeing that there is a big history with them and TLC. If both Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy were out of their contracts by the end of this month, the December TLC show would happen to be after any 90-day clause would end. So take that little nugget for what it is worth, man. Number one, TNA will be out of business in North America by the end of this month. That is my prediction, okay? With the ongoing rumor that they are going to be on their way out of Destination America or off Destination America, I do not see TNA surviving in North America, man. They got their overseas deals in Europe and whatever else they got going on over there, but it's not going to make enough money, and it's not going to be enough to keep them afloat, man. I see TNA really, really on their way out the door by the end of the month. That's just my prediction on that. I don't want it to happen, but with all the bad news going on in TNA and, you know, contracted workers still not being paid and paychecks are late and late and late and more late, it just spells doom for TNA, man, really. Now, if Jeff and Matt Hardy come back to the WWE, I am telling you right now, you thought a CM Punk return would be big. You thought a Batista return was going to be big. You thought a Brock Lesnar return was going to be big. You have seen nothing if Jeff Hardy comes back to the WWE, man. If there is one man, I swear to God, and you can take this to the bank, if there is one man in the history of the WWE in modern day WWE, there is only one man that has even come close to being the face of the company besides John Cena. I wanted that man to be Daniel Bryan, and you know, Daniel Bryan was absolutely scorching hot at the beginning of the Yes Movement, man. When he won the WWE Championship, before that, leading up to it, there was nobody better than Daniel Bryan, man. We all thought he was going to be the face of the company, and then he just had a string of bad luck. There is nobody that even comes close to what John Cena has done for the WWE Universe than Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, probably in his day, was the most popular WWE superstar ever. You know, he was all over the place, man. And the reason why Vince McMahon gave him a shot and gave him a run with the world title was because of the overwhelming fan support. Fans wanted to see Jeff Hardy. If there's one question that has been burning in the back of everyone's mind, and one question that's been on everyone's fucking lips, when is Jeff Hardy coming back to the WWE? This is your news, guys. This is your news. Jeff Hardy by himself, I would fucking mark the fuck out. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy together as the Hardy Boys, we would all mark the fuck out. They add so much depth to the WWE roster, man. Forgive and forget. Yes, everyone battled their demons back in the day. Matt went through his bullshit. Jeff battled his demons, overcame a broken leg. WWE would be foolish to not take Jeff Hardy back, man. This will be as foolish as not taking Kurt Angle back into the WWE. WWE and Jeff Hardy, man. There is so much money in Jeff Hardy, I don't think Triple H and Vince McMahon could ever overlook this, man. There's money in Matt and Jeff Hardy. Matt is fucking awesome. Matt has been... I don't think Matt has aged. I don't think Matt has aged, man. And he's like a fine wine. He gets better as the fucking years go on. Jeff back in the WWE would be instantly revitalized, rejuvenated. And you can do so much with Jeff Hardy, man. You can put him in any situation and he would thrive. You want to put him in a tag team with the Hardys and revisit that Dudley Boy match? Dudleys versus the Hardys? Come on, man. That has got fucking biblical written all over it. Jeff Hardy versus John Cena. Jeff Hardy versus Daniel Bryan. Jeff Hardy versus Kevin Owens. Jeff Hardy versus Seth Rollins. Dude, Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. You know how I'm getting fucking goosebumps just fucking giving you these matches. This is an absolute no-brainer, man. If Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy will be back in the WWE, no question. No question. As soon as their contract is up, they will be back in WWE, man. Whether it's at the Royal Rumble, whether it's after WrestleMania, they will be back in WWE, man. This is an absolute no-brainer for WWE. They need to be back, and Jeff has said multiple times he wants to be back and retire in the WWE where he started it all, man. They belong in WWE, and they did their thing in other places, in other promotions, in other companies. They made their money, they made their mark. It just made them more of a wanted commodity, man. And it sucks that TNA is pretty much on its last leg. You got the fucking nail in the coffin. Someone is just waiting to hammer that motherfucker down, man. Jeff and Matt Hardy will be both back in the WWE, man, and I can't fucking wait. This is absolutely huge news, and some of the most exciting news I think I've reported all year while covering WWE, man. What a fucking get this is going to be, and if I hear anything else regarding this story, I will certainly let you guys know right here on Off the Script. More TNA news, man, about Kurt Angle. Current TNA competitor, Kurt Angle was a guest on Mark Madden's radio show on 105.9 The X, coming out of Pittsburgh on Tuesday. During the interview, Angle said that he will not be re-signing with TNA Wrestling when his current contract expires in January. In addition, Angle mentions that he won't be making a return to World Wrestling Entertainment, electing to take a break from the wrestling business for an indefinite amount of time instead of going back to the WWE, alright? He adds that he is almost back to being 100% healthy, and he plans to appear at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view in Charlotte, North Carolina on October 4th. It has been previously reported that Angle underwent neck surgery back in July. There has also been speculation that Angle would be making one final run in WWE before his career is finally over. In addition, he recently said that he would love for his final match to be against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. As noted earlier this week, Kurt Angle told Mark Madden on his radio show in Pittsburgh that he plans on leaving TNA when his contract expires in January. Angle told MMAfighting.com and Ariel Helwani earlier this year that 2015 would probably be his last year in professional wrestling. There's a report on another website that claims that WWE wanted Angle back, but only if he would wrestle full-time. That is obviously false news, and the real story was that Angle called up Vince McMahon late last year, and he was told by Vince that he would need to talk to Triple H since he's the one that makes the hiring decisions, which is true. Now, it was made clear to Angle that there was no interest in him from WWE. The reason why WWE refuses to bring Angle back is because there was legitimate concern over his health back in 2006, and Vince McMahon, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, said that he doesn't want an Olympic gold medalist dying while under contract with World Wrestling Entertainment. Needless to say, that would bring a tremendous amount of negative press to the WWE on top of what they are going through currently with all the negative press, Snuka and the racial slurs and Hulk Hogan and Seth Rollins' girlfriend being fired, etc., etc. Angle has admitted to having issues with painkillers in the past, but there has not been any recent reports of erratic behavior from the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Now, again, this is a foolish move to not sign Kurt Angle. I'm not going to harp on this too much because I've went over this previously. This was in the news this week. Angle stating that this will be his last run in professional wrestling. His contract is up. He will be at Bound for Glory. But it would be foolish for WWE not to bring back Kurt Angle, man. You know, honestly, to me, and I know a lot of you guys probably think the same way I do, I can certainly see Kurt Angle with one more run. And I mean a world title run in WWE. Seriously. I can certainly see him going the distance with the world title, man. He doesn't have to wrestle every day. He doesn't have to wrestle every month. You know, every month, yes, not every week. He can be the Brock Lesnar type, man. Kurt Angle with the WWE Championship would be fucking phenomenal, man. The matches that we can get out of him with John Cena, with Daniel Bryan, with Kevin Owens, with a Rusev, with a fucking Cesaro. The list goes on, man. There is money in Kurt Angle. Bring him back at the Royal Rumble. Have him make a fucking surprise appearance in the Rumble. You know, Daniel Bryan obviously is not going to factor into world title plans. What a fucking beautiful way. And it would be an old school way to build a WrestleMania match right within the Royal Rumble, man. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Daniel Bryan, or rather, can you imagine Kurt Angle coming into the Royal Rumble? And you build Kurt Angle up and his return beautifully, man. You put him in there with people you really don't fucking care about in the Rumble, and you have him eliminate guys, 5, 6, 7 guys. I mean, clear house. Have him be the Stone Cold of the Rumble, man, right? That one year Stone Cold was all by himself. Have him clear house, man. Have him dominate. And then you have Daniel Bryan come out, man. You have Daniel Bryan come out as Kurt Angle standing in the ring, all by himself. Who's next? Who's next, man? Right? Daniel Bryan comes out, you hear that fucking music go off, man. I swear to God, if you don't get goosebumps at that moment, again, I'm getting goosebumps just fucking booking this shit, man. Really. Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle stare down in the middle of the ring at the Royal Rumble, man. And everybody that comes out would fucking just stand there in amazement and just watch these two go at it, man. Seriously. They would own the ring. They would own the fucking ring in the Royal Rumble, man. Give them about 10 minutes to own the ring. Just fucking clear house and get right back to each other, man. And you have one of them eliminate the other, and then you book it from there. Who's the better man? This story needs no fucking... This feud needs no storyline whatsoever, man. You book them in fucking matches leading up to a best of 7. You do a best of 7, right? Between Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle, man. You have the fucking series go 3-3. The last match would be at WrestleMania, man. Who's the better of the two? Who is the better of the two, man? I would absolutely die to see that happen, man. Right there. That's your entire storyline. That's the way I would book it. That's the way I'd book it, man. Kurt Angle in the Royal Rumble and a returning Daniel Bryan meets him one-on-one inside the Royal Rumble, inside that ring in Tampa Bay. Jesus Christ, man. I don't think you could book it any better. That would be absolutely fucking phenomenal. I would love for Kurt Angle to be back in the WWE, but I don't think it's going to happen. If Vince and Triple H were smart and they want to maximize the most that they can for WrestleMania, make it happen. WrestleMania 32, 110,000 people, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle in the final match. Best of 7. Dude, right there. Right there. You got it. Have them go through fucking gimmick matches, man. Have it be a fucking submission match. An Iron Man match to end it all off, man. I'm speechless, man. I should book WWE. I should book WWE, man. Seriously. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. You can have so much fun with those two, man. If you're a creative writer, you would be fucking salivating at the mouth to book a fucking feud between Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle, man. Who on this planet that works in the business would not want to handle both of these men in a feud leading to WrestleMania 32, man? Seriously. Why are you in the business if you don't find that to be exciting? Why are you in the business if you don't want to jump at the opportunity at that, man? You have fucking the best talent on the planet in your business. Use it. Go out and get it. Use your resources to bring him in, man. This is a foolish move. Absolutely foolish move. Kurt Angle belongs in the WWE. Kurt Angle should be in the WWE. Hopefully, Triple H changes his mind as we get closer to January, man. I can't wait to see what happens. I would fucking jump on it like that. Kurt Angle taking a break. Hopefully, we see him back in the WWE.
Introducing the next big thing in wrestling today. WrestleCrate
TNAWrestling.com, a monthly pro wrestling based subscription service starting as low as $14.99 a month, with items that include Mattel action figures, Funko Pop, pro wrestling tees, and signed memorabilia by the biggest names in the business today. For more information, on Twitter at WrestleCrates and our official website www.wrestlecrate.com. I told you guys about Zara Schreiber, right? This is Seth Rollins' girlfriend. She was fired. She was fired over pictures of her on Instagram 3 years ago posing with Nazi-like emblems, okay? This is why she was fired, all right? Now there's another NXT trainee who goes by the name of Jasmine in WWE Developmental, all right? Schreiber was recently released by World Wrestling Entertainment after racially offensive tweets and comments of hers were found online. May have some company in the unemployment line from an NXT diva currently caught in the same predicament. This is NXT's Nymph Al-Aribai. I don't know how you pronounce it, but she goes as Jasmine in developmental. Now, Jasmine has been found to have made similar racist remarks on social media, which have been since revealed by Reddit. These remarks were made several years ago when she was just a teenager. There's even a photo of her on Instagram riding the shoulders of an African-American male performer with the following caption, and I quote, "My slave, Preston Miles, needs to stop acting like I weigh 200 pounds. Someone buy me a whip, please." It was reported that Aribai signed her developmental contract in March of this year, joining the same incoming class as current on-air performer Apollo Crews. She appeared on screen as part of Tyler Breeze's entrance at NXT TakeOver Unstoppable. She's worked for various independent promotions across North America, including Absolute Intense Wrestling and Pure Wrestling Association. There's no word at this time as to if she'll be punished by the WWE to the degree of Schreiber. She has since deleted her Twitter account following this unveiling. Now, a follow-up to this news. It was reported that Jasmine had made racist and offensive remarks on her Twitter account back when she was a teenager. Here's an example of one of the tweets that is very controversial, and I quote, "Effing N-word, that's why I chose white folk." This came on the heels of Zara Schreiber being released by World Wrestling Entertainment after similar racist comments and photos of hers were found on social media from years ago. WWE has made the following statement concerning Aribai per PWInsider.com, and I quote from WWE. WWE conducted a thorough investigation and has determined that Jasmine's Twitter account was used without her knowledge when she was 16 and 17 years old. Jasmine remains apologetic for any offensive remarks that were made. She joined NXT Developmental back in March, with her only on-air appearance coming at NXT TakeOver Unstoppable as part of Tyler Breeze's entrance for that event. So, Schreiber was fired because she is linked to Seth Rollins, man, and WWE does not want the girlfriend of Seth Rollins making racial slurs and comments on Twitter and Instagram and not be reprimanded. So she was pretty much let go like that because of her association with Seth Rollins. Jasmine, on the other hand, WWE did a thorough investigation and have come to the conclusion that she was 16 and 17 years old before she was even in the WWE. She is not linked to anybody of importance, and they are saying that the social media account was used without her knowledge. So pretty much this is going to be swept under the rug, and there will not be any consequences here for Jasmine. She got away lucky, man, because whatever you guys do on social media, and I talked about this with the Schreiber incident, anything you guys do on social media, if you're looking to get into the public eye, movies, acting, whatever it is, man, you got companies now who go out and hire people, the perfect candidate for a position that they're hiring for. They look at social media, man. If they uncover anything, you have the opportunity to not get that position because of the shit that you might have said in the past. Anything you post on the internet is there forever, man. It can't get deleted. It can't get deleted whatsoever. So Jasmine got away lucky. Schreiber, not so much the case. She was fired immediately because of her link to Seth Rollins, the WWE Champion. But Jasmine right now looks like she will remain with WWE for the time being. If there's anything else on this story, I will definitely let you guys know right here on Off the Script, all right? More women's news, man. Seems to be a lot of WWE women's and divas news in this episode. The chances right now of current UFC women's bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey appearing at WrestleMania 32 are approaching the slim to none status. Very interesting story right here. It was recently announced that Rousey will be starring in MGM's reboot of the 1980s cult classic film Roadhouse, according to Variety.com. As Brian Alvarez mentioned during Wednesday's Wrestling Observer Live Radio, filming of the movie will coincide with WrestleMania 32 weekend, with the big pay-per-view going down on April 3rd in 2016 in Arlington, Texas. Rousey made a surprise appearance at WrestleMania 31 earlier this year, joining Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and Dwayne Johnson. The 28-year-old is a huge fan of the professional wrestling business, even indicating that she would love to give it a go and join the WWE upon retirement from the UFC. Definitely, Rousey said when asked if she'd ever become a pro wrestler after MMA during a recent AMA session on Reddit. She says, I love being in WrestleMania and will find a way to get back in the squared circle. I just have no clue when. Any real wrestling fan would want to be surprised anyway. Rousey is no stranger to the movie industry, having played roles in such films as Furious 7 and Entourage. There were rumors that WWE was considering rolling with a Rock Rousey versus Triple H McMahon mixed tag team match for WrestleMania 32, but as long as she's under contract to UFC, President Dana White will not allow her to compete, man. Again, take this with a grain of salt. Anything can happen in the WWE. You know, there may be a time where her schedule frees up. We don't know, but right now, the reports are slim to none for Rousey appearing at WrestleMania 32. And finally, guys, tough enough news here, like anybody fucking cares. While she may have come up a tad short in her bid to win the latest Tough Enough on the USA Network, Amanda Sacomano may be one of the brightest future of may have the brightest future of all female competitors, at least immediately. Naomi, who is currently a part of Team Bad on weekly programming for the Divas Revolution, revealed on Twitter Wednesday that she's been replaced on the reality show. It has been reported throughout Tough Enough that WWE officials were extremely high on Amanda, and even though she didn't win the competition, she was always going to receive a contract to train down in NXT developmental. Nobody fucking cares, man. Keep her on fucking Total Divas. It doesn't matter to me, man. She's just another pretty face with no fucking talent who's got a hell of a long way to go before I even take notice of you outside the fucking fake tits and the ass and the blonde hair. It's all bullshit, man. Give me a Sasha Banks and a Bayley any day of the fucking week, and I got news on them tomorrow. They're fucking main eventing the the next NXT TakeOver event in October, man. Huge fucking news. They're gonna main event the fucking show. I got my opinion on that. You're not gonna want to miss part 2, man. More news on part 2. Undertaker, now rumored to be wrestling well past WrestleMania 32. I got news on that and a possible spoiler for the United States Championship at Night of Champions between Seth Rollins and John Cena, man. Also news on Tyler Breeze. Will he be finally making the jump to Monday Night Raw? All this, plus so much more on Off the Script Part 2. If you guys have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. This is the #1 source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206, as well as all over social media, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. If you guys want to donate to the show, donation link right down in the description. If you guys enjoy the show, it would be greatly appreciated. Check out my sponsors, man, WrestleCrate.com, Battle for Wall Street on your Google devices and iPhone devices as well. And the guys over at Chairshot Reality, Justin LaBar, Josh Eisenberg, and Brian Ghoulish. Chairshot Reality at WrestleZone.com. And as always, man, buy a fucking t-shirt. Buy a motherfucking Off the Script t-shirt, man. $19.99, great quality. ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off the Script. I'll be back on Saturday, guys. This is JD. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below on all the top stories in Part 1, and I'll see you guys right back here for Part 2 of Off the Script. This is JD. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.